Greetings, brothers and sisters. Hello and welcome back to Eva's House of Spirit. For those of you who are newer to this channel, as always, I'm Eva, and welcome back to my 13 Days of Samhain series. This is going to be the episode for day 9. It's kind of being posted late in the day, there's only a few more hours left in the day. I apologize for this craziness. It's just my schedule is so crazy. But for this episode, I thought that, we'd kind of chit-chat while I bag up some candy for the trick-or-treaters. Every year I try to, have some candy in case some children come around. And again, some of you might be like, trick-or-treaters, that's Halloween. As I've said before earlier in this series, Halloween and Samhain, sorry, my hair looks kind of like crappy. I'm just so exhausted. Halloween and Samhain for me, they kind of amalgamate, because of the way that I grew up. I grew up observing Halloween before I ever was aware of what Samhain was. So these two holidays kind of intertwine for me a bit. So with that said, I'm going to turn the camera to my tabletop and we're going to begin bagging up candy. I don't know if any of you have yet bagged up your candy for your trick-or-treaters. I have here, before we begin with that, I have here a little Yankee Candle Witch's Brew tea light in this cute little candle holder that I bought, I think like a year or two ago at Marshall's when I still worked there. It was actually sold at Christmas time. But I just thought it was such an awesome candle holder. It's got these little mirrored pieces, and I just thought, wow, that's just like, that's the bee's knees. So I waited till it went on clearance, and then I bought it. So I thought I'd light a little candle tonight. Because, among other things, Samhain is also a fire festival. And it's nice to kind of invite a little bit of the fire element into our homes. To invite some of that warmth, some of that familiar feeling, that cozy domestic feeling into the house. I find that lately, what I do when I'm feeling especially a little frazzled, I tend to like to find like scented candles or just candles that have a very cozy vibration to them, be it whether they're scented or not, based on their color, their appearance, whatever it is that I'm drawn to. And I like to light a little candle, kind of while I'm at home, while I'm doing my thing. It helps me to feel more centered, and there's something about it that I just really feel connects me to the energy of the season. So I'm going to place that kind of a little off to the side. It's going to be off camera. Well, actually, no, I want to keep it on camera. I'm going to put it like right there. Let me move the camera back a little bit. I'll put it right there. I also have this cute little pumpkin. That's Nixie's pumpkin this year. I thought I'd show you guys. I bought her a pumpkin. She loves it. She likes to sniff it and stuff and look at it and sit with it sometimes. But I thought for a little bit of atmosphere, I'd have that little pumpkin there with us. So, I have my sacred bowl is the bowl I decided this year to use. I call it my sacred bowl. If you've seen my video on sacred vessels, you'll know that this is the bowl from that sacred vessels video. I decided to use it for the trick-or-treat candy this year because I don't know, there was just something about the feeling of doing so. I was intuitively led to do that. So that's what I'm going to be using for my candy this year. And I was at that dollar store where I found those really cool sugar skull garlands, and I found these sugar skull candy bags. I bought a whole bunch of these, not just for Samhain or Halloween, but also if I want to give gifts to people, or if I want to bag up herbs for any reason, for like, sharing with others or whatever, just to have as gift bags. I thought they'd be so damn cute, so I bought a whole bunch of these. I think I bought like maybe 7 or something. I bought like so many of these, and there's 15 bags in each one of these. So I have bags out the wazoo right now. But yeah, they're really cool. That's the way they look, and I have my handy dandy stapler plier with me. It's just a really cool stapler that's, it looks like a plier. But what you do is you fill the bag, and then you put this at the top, and you fold it, and then you staple it. So that's what I've got today. So the reason why I even bother giving candy out to children is that I think I do it for them because it's something that I wasn't really able to do as a child myself. My mom, she didn't believe in doing the whole trick-or-treating thing. She was very protective of us. Even though with trick-or-treating, parents go with their kids normally from door to door, she was just too busy, number one. She was taking care of an entire house and 5 children, and one of those 5 children being mentally challenged. It's not exactly like easy to just go out trick-or-treating with your kids, those of you who are parents may understand better than those of you who might not be, but I'm sure most of you probably get it, I think part of it, though, there was not overprotective, but I think a protective element. I think to some degree she was worried that she didn't know, like, everybody in the town, you know what I mean? And it's not like we lived in the most safe town. I grew up in a very urban area, and my mom wasn't keen on going door to door. She didn't want to draw attention to her kids, and I don't blame her for that. But, funny story, I did get to go trick-or-treating once. And it's funny because when I did it, I was actually an adult, but I don't think anybody realized. I was about, I want to say maybe 21 or 22, something like that. I was like in my early 20s, and I'm a very petite person, okay? I'm super tiny. I'm like maybe 5'1", and I've got like these little tiny feet. They're like size 6 feet. I look very like kid-like in my build, and I have a very young face. People are always telling me you look way younger than your years. And this one year, my friend and I, we were just like, screw it, let's go trick-or-treating. She was a little bit nervous about people maybe recognizing her, so she wore a mask. But hey, you know what? I understand that. If you know a lot of people in town, maybe you want to hide your face. Me, I didn't wear a mask. But we went house to house, and it was like one of the most magical nights of my life. I will never forget how fun that felt. And that is part of the reason why, to this day, even before that, I still was keen on giving out candy, but I mean, ever since then, I was even more keen on giving out candy. To this day, I will always try to have something. I don't get many trick-or-treaters, and it's kind of sad because I think now parents are really freaking like nervous about the whole door-to-door thing. They're worried about like what people are going to give their kids, or maybe there's a lot of kids with like peanut allergies and stuff, and so people are like, I don't know. They're kind of wary, they're nervous, and I understand that. But it's kind of like, it kind of breaks my heart in a little way, because like I feel like those poor kids that don't get to go trick-or-treating, the ones that don't, I feel like they're kind of missing out a little bit. Not saying that if you don't take your kids trick-or-treating, you're doing anything wrong, but I don't know. There's just a part of me that's like, man, it's a sad world when you can't take your kids trick-or-treating confidently, feeling that they'll be safe and not have to worry. Sadly, there are some freaking weirdos out there, and I will say firsthand, when I did go trick-or-treating, I was an adult, okay? And there was this one time, though, this one door we went to, where this guy opens the door, and he's like, I was dressed up in a black bridal gown. It was like I called it a black bride, but I didn't mean, it wasn't like a racial thing, okay? I meant black bride as in like, instead of wearing a white dress, I was in a black dress, and it was kind of like a whole gothic thing. So that's what I kind of called my costume. I called it like the black bride. So I went out, and we go to this guy's door, and he answers the door, and he said something. I can't remember exactly word for word what he said. Okay, first of all, get a visual for what this guy looks like. Okay, he's kind of heavy set, but he doesn't look like he's very clean. He's in like a wife beater. You know, he's really tall too, so he's a little intimidating. And he just comes to the door and he looks at me, and he had this really creepy look on his face, and he just goes something like, what the hell did he say? Something like, black brides, just the way I like them, or something like that. It was really super creepy. And I just sat there like quietly, and then he threw the candy in our bags, and then we kind of like backed away. We just kind of backed the hell away because we were like, yeah, thanks. And we just like left. It was just like, I can imagine now. I was an adult, but like, what the hell would that have been like if it was a child at the door? God. Anyway, let me spill out this candy. So I'll start, putting the candy together while I talk to you. Ooh. I also noticed another phenomenon with a lot of the people whose houses we went to. It seemed, strangely enough, like the older the people were, the younger they thought that we were. It was hilarious. And there was one lady who, I guess she did those candle parties or something, and she had these little packets with like a single tea light in each for each person she gave them out to, the kids, and she goes, no, she totally had no idea. We were like in our 20s. She goes, don't light these yourselves. Give them to your parents. She's like, I do parties, I sell candles, but don't light these yourselves. It was so great, oh my God. And we were just like, we won't, thank you. It was the greatest, it really was, oh my God. Okay, this might be a little loud. I gotta open this Twix bag. Okay, we got a pretty good selection going on. All right. So, what I usually do, because we don't get many trick-or-treaters, but I like to be prepared, is I choose candy that my husband and I like to eat, so that if we don't get any kids, or if we get like 2 or 3 and we have a lot of candy left over, it's no problem. We enjoy it ourselves. Trying to think. There was one year, years ago, where I was dating someone, and it was Halloween, and we were giving out candy to kids. It was so funny. I remember sitting there with like a mixed drink on the porch, like waiting for them. Like, how creepy was that? And again, I was like 18 years old, so I didn't know that I was being creepy, but I was being creepy. Don't be creepy, people. I don't think you will be, but I'm just saying, I don't think some people realize how creepy some things can be. There was this one lady walked up at the time, and she saw, the lady saw me, and she saw, I had the candy bowl and stuff, and I had a big smile on my face, so I don't think she felt like I was like a weirdo, scary person. But her little kid, I guess, was like really shocked, like he didn't know what to make of me. Usually people don't wait for you with the bowl of candy, nor are they drinking, a mixed drink. Not that the kid probably realized what I was drinking, but still, like maybe I seemed a little too jolly. But he was like, his mom had to like push him, like, it's okay, go get the candy, it's alright. It was great. Oh my God. Can you believe, as a side note, can you believe that after this episode, we only have like 4 more episodes of the series to go? This is episode 9. Tomorrow is day 10. Tomorrow, the 28th, is day 10. The 29th is day 11. The 30th is day 12. And the 31st is day 13. That's 4 more episodes. I feel like, seriously, this is going too fast. I feel like the season is just like flying by. While I sort of feel ready, I sort of don't feel ready because I've been so tired and I've been working so much. I feel like I haven't had a whole lot of time to like really absorb the energy and the like full feel of the season. At least that's how I sort of personally feel about it, you know. But I will say that doing this series, it's helpful to me, just as much as I hope it is helpful to you, I think. Because if I wasn't doing this series, I don't think I would be as motivated, you know, as not obligated, but as driven to really set aside time for my spiritual observance, for my magical observance in certain respects, and even for the secular observance of the holiday, because there are aspects to this, like the trick-or-treating thing, that are not as religious to me. It's more like secular, like it's more just like whatevs, but it's fun, you know. It's like kind of a, I don't know if parallel is right. It kind of goes with the whole holiday, but it's not as spiritually, you know, it's not as spiritual as certain aspects of Samhain or Halloween, you know. But still, it's something that I like to do. And if I wasn't doing this series, I don't think I would be, again, as motivated to set aside time to be able to really observe this holiday the way that I've been doing. You know, all of you kind of give me that drive, that focus, that, you know, I said I'd do 13 days and I'm gonna do 13 days, damn it. So, you know, you guys kind of keep me anchored, like, okay, you know, okay, girl, okay, Eve, you know, you got to do your 13 days. You got to, not that 13 is the thing, not that I have to do 13 days per se, but I mean, because I am committed to doing this series, it kind of, keeps me from just plopping on the couch or into the bed, you know, after a long day and just going to sleep and saying, screw it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a little moment to really feel the season and do my seasonal thing, you know? Which brings me to the witchy question of the day. Is there anything that keeps you sort of motivated to observe your, you know, spirituality or magic or even secular things in relation to this holiday? Like, is there anything that kind of pushes you on, bolsters you on, gives you that drive to actually set aside some time to do those things? I would love to hear about that. So what I'm trying to do, question of the day aside, what I'm trying to do with the treat bags is I'm trying to do a mix of candy that's like the same exact kind of candy in every bag. Reason being, you don't know what kids may show up, and if they're related, you don't want to be giving like a brother and a sister bags with different candy assortments. I feel like that's just not fair, and then they start fighting over the candy. Oh, I want that one. Oh no, it's mine, you know. Like, no, you're going to get the exact same mix of candy, the exact same amount of candy. Nobody can be jealous of one another. It's going to be all like, everybody gets the same thing all around, you know? And I'm just going to keep, like, I don't think I'm going to obviously fill these 15 bags with every piece of candy I have on this table, because there's quite a bit. But I'm going to keep, like, whatever the hell is left over, I'm just going to have it in the bottom of the bowl, you know? So that if more kids come, instead of making up a crap load of these bags, and then they're all stapled through, and they're, like, spent, you know, these cute little skull bags, instead of making them all up, and then, like, wasting them in one shot when I don't even know if I'm going to get 2 or 3 kids, I'm just going to have the 15 bags, and I'm just going to have the loose candy, and I think that will be plenty. You know what else I would love to hear from you guys about in the comments? I would love to hear from you guys about what was your funniest or freakiest or weirdest like trick-or-treat experience at any point in your life. Let me know like what off-the-wall stuff happened on your trick-or-treat adventures. I would love to hear about that. That would be some fun conversation right there. And from what I understand, trick-or-treating is not new. Trick-or-treating is definitely not like a new thing. I know it has roots somewhere in history, but I do this not so much for the historical aspect of it, not so much because I feel like somehow it's supposed to be like ingrained or rooted in the holiday. I purely do it because I'm like, damn, if I was a kid, I would want to go trick-or-treating, so I want to have something for the kids that get to go trick-or-treating. You know, I'm going to have to stop this video for a minute. I need a drink. Give me a moment. I just have to get something to sip because, oh my god, I feel like so, like, my throat is like a desert right now. Tumbleweeds and all. Okay, so I'm going to pour myself some Arizona sweet tea in my nice little pumpkin mug because I am so damn thirsty. It's not even funny. And I don't feel like drinking anything super warm right now, which is really weird because it's so cold outside. Now, notice in the recent days I've been saying, oh, it's crispy, it's falling out. No, now it's like insanely cold. It's like seriously cold out there to the point where, okay, the guys among us, to give you an idea of how cold it is, if you were to go outside where I am right now, your coin purse would want to like ascend back up in your body because it's that cold, okay? Now, it's not necessarily like winter cold, but for fall, it's pretty damn cold. Okay. Cheers. Oh my god, that hit the spot so good. My candle went out! What the hell? Maybe I accidentally blew it out without intending to. I think I blew it out. Come on. Okay. Okay, so what do we got in these bags? We got a Twix. We got an M&M's. Regular M&M's. I'm a little reluctant. Well, it doesn't really matter what I do here because most of these candies are packed in factories that process tree nuts and peanuts. So I'm not going to have to worry about kids with peanut allergies because you know what? I'm sorry, that's on the parents. I have no way of knowing, you know, if little Timmy or little Sue has an issue because I don't know these people. Let's throw a Milky Way in there. And let's throw, maybe what else do I got over here? So Milky Way in there. And maybe a Three Musketeers. I think I have enough Three Musketeers to throw one in each bag, maybe. It's about 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh. Okay, maybe I don't have enough Three Musketeers. Damn. You know what, maybe I'll do a peanut M&M and a Milky Way to add to it. And then I think for one bag, for one kid, 4 pieces of candy is enough. Because, you know, I mean, they're going to be going house to house to house. They don't need to have the whole world. That's plenty right there. You know what's funny? I had to actually buy extra candy this year. Because I had candy. And it was like sitting in the kitchen, and of course my husband was like, ooh, candy. And so he started nibbling on it, and then I started nibbling on it because I'm like, well, I could always get more. And then like we ate like at least half of the candy, and then I had to go and buy more candy. And you know, that's another thing too, Halloween candy. What is up with stores charging an arm and a leg. It's a total racket what they charge for candy these days. You know, for these little chocolate things. They charge so much money. I'm like, what the hell, you know? Freaking 2 bags of candy with barely anything in there, $6. I'm like, are you joking me? So of course I had to go and like shop a sale and use a coupon that was on one of the candy bags that I happened to come across to try to get a better deal. And then some of this chocolate I got at a dollar store that sells candy as well, because, you know, I gotta try and make it work. It's like, damn, you know. That's the one thing about Halloween that I never liked, is that it is really commercial. I think I know what your journaling exercise for the day is going to be. I invite you in your Samhain journals to write about your fondest memories trick-or-treating, what trick-or-treating means to you. You know, write about the whole concept of trick-or-treating and what it brings to mind for you and how you feel about it. And did you ever go? Now, again, when I said your fondest trick-or-treating memories, I'm assuming you've ever gone. But yeah, you know, take some time, sit down and really like just kind of let your mind sort of meditate and explore in that direction, just to kind of give it a space to run freely on a seasonal subject and just see where your mind kind of goes. I think it's a good exercise in practicing the kind of meditation where, again, you're not in lotus position, you're just letting your thoughts be free and you're letting yourself hear yourself think. I think that is something very beneficial for us all. This is a meditation practice, a kind of meditation that I often do. I think it is something that is helpful to learn how to do, because we don't always have the liberty to sit down and get all quiet mind, you know, and om and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes you kind of have to meditate while you're doing something else, you know, because you're busy, or sometimes you just don't have the liberty to have privacy or whatever. Sometimes like things just the way things are. So I have found I let my mind explore topics, and that's how I meditate a lot. And so I'm inviting you to practice this technique. I'm inviting you to journal around the topic of trick-or-treating and see kind of where your mind goes with the associations and the thoughts and the feelings and everything else. Just kind of like write all about it. Just let yourself ramble on paper and go down some wild paths and see where it takes you. You might find some interesting insights when you go back and you reread. You might find themes in things you said. You might find yourself writing down thoughts or ideas that hadn't even occurred to you until you kind of started to let them spill forth from you. You know, your feelings and thoughts on trick-or-treating. Sometimes I find that when I write, that happens. As I said in my spirit work video, sometimes when I write to someone or when I write down, you know, in a journal or whatever, what I'm thinking or feeling, things come forth that I had no idea at all that I was even thinking or feeling until I put them to the page. So, yeah. Write about trick-or-treating, folks. Try meditating on that in you know, in a writing sense. See where your mind goes, okay? Okay, this one needs a peanut M&M. And let's see, a Milky Way. I think I'm almost done with the putting the candy in the bags part. This one needs a Milky Way. And once I'm done, we can attach the really cute sugar skull toppers. Let's put everything in my sacred bowl. I kind of feel like when I hand out candy to children, when they're trick-or-treating, I also kind of feel like I'm giving them symbolic blessings. You know, I'm giving them sweetness. It's like the candy having, the sweet taste and everything, that association, there's like a sweetness association, like you're giving them tokens of blessing, and I have no problem giving tokens of blessing to children because I feel that children and animals are extremely innocent, and they deserve blessing very much. Now is the fun part. Now we get to put on these sugar skull tops. So what we gotta do is we're gonna fold and then fold again, and then we're gonna go like this. And then we're gonna take the stapler. And voila! That's going to be my Halloween candy trick-or-treat bags for this year. Nice little sugar skull bags. I'm going to arrange the candy bags. And I'll just kind of throw the extra candy in the front. Okay, I think we are good. Okay, so we are ready for the little ones this year. And I hope you enjoyed sitting with me. I hope you enjoyed this little quiet time preparing candy for the little ones. And I have to be getting ready for bed very soon. So I'm going to wish you blessed be and ashe. You have an excellent night. I'm just going to say until tomorrow, until our next exchange. Until episode 10, folks. You all stay awesome. And bye-bye for now.